Wizards may have well been the winners of this entire offseason, but I'm just finally glad they blew it up. They were in no man's land for so long, stuck with a mid-ass team for so long, and now they finally look promising. The expectations for this team aren't really that high. Like Jordan Poole, I expect him to take a lot of shots. I expect him to be in the top 5 in terms of field goal attempts per game. I expect him to reasonably average 27 points per game at the least. He's going to have the ball in his hands all the time. Hopefully they make use of that and make him more of a playmaker, as he wasn't really as big of a playmaker in Golden State, obviously. But I think in this situation in Washington, we have the possibility of seeing what Jordan Poole maximized looks like. Poole is going to be in most improved player conversations also, just off the strength of him going from one situation where he was the third option to another situation where he's pretty much the guy on the team. He's taking the most shots. He's averaging the most points. So people are going to put him in the most improved player conversation, which I'm not going to say is undeserved, because obviously you'll see the improvement, but the improvement should come as expected just because of the shift in his role. Also, Jordan Poole averaged 27 points per game last year when Stephen Curry was injured. That's right around the expectations I have for him. And as far as the rest of the team, filled with a lot of vets, and there's some interesting young talent on there also. Kyle Kuzma alongside Jordan Poole is someone who's going to average 20 a game. I think in the near future, the Wizards are going to look into trading him possibly. I really wouldn't put it past the Wizards, especially because Kuzma could possibly increase his value by a lot if he has a really good season. So he could be worth somewhere around maybe 1 to 2 first-round picks, depending on the team that's trading for him, honestly. And as far as the young talent on this team, I'm really liking Bilal. He was one of Victor Wembanyama's teammates in France, and he is really interesting. He's 6'8", 195 pounds. He was picked 7th overall, and he's an athletic wing with very interesting defensive capability and seems to be more of a project type player. If I were to give him a comparison, I would say somebody like Rui Hachimura. And I think at his full potential, he could end up being somebody like Hachimura, who is a great three-point shooter and a very capable defender. And the problem with this Wizards team is they have a lot of specialists. They have guys who can really excel on one side of the ball, but then on the other side of the ball, they're either average or below average to the point where you can't play them that much. Someone like Denny, who's a really good defender, doesn't have enough offensive impact. They traded their 2 best offensive weapons in Beal and Porzingis, so their offense might be bad too.